Hey everybody, it's Green Knight with the Rusty Guardians, here to give you guys our rusty tips and tricks for the Mayhem Crucible mode. This mode is probably one of the most fun modes I've ever made for Crucible, and we want to make sure that you guys can get the most out of it. So without any further ado, let's jump in. So Dress for Success is a lot more than just the basics of picking out your gear and making sure that you've got the stuff that you need. Picking the right shader is important. Making sure you've got exotics equipped that are going to help you in this mode. For example, some of these, they're going to give you extra grenades or extra abilities to go with your super, a little extra speed on your charges. That's all important, but on top of that, you want to make sure that you look good. Shax is watching, the rest of your fire team is watching, and if you're out there jumping around while you look like the most basic guardian they've ever seen, no one's going to take you seriously. You want to jump and fly through the air like a majestic eagle and make the other team feel like they can't shoot you because it would be a crime against humanity to take you out. Please note that looking good will not necessarily keep the other team from killing you. Rusty Guardians hold no responsibility for other teams' actions. Now that you're sure you've got the right gear equipped, we can move on to tip number 2. When in doubt, grenade out. Now I know what a lot of you guys are thinking, and the short answer is no. I'm not going to try to teach you guys how to throw grenades with the same amount of skill that I have. That would take too much time and effort for one video set. I would have to do an entire series on how to perfect the art of the grenade. No, instead what I want to cover in this one for Mayhem mode is how to use the grenades best to horrify, confuse, and just overall overwhelm your enemies. And what better way to do that than with a good old-fashioned grenade montage. So So one of the biggest things to notice is how fast your grenades recharge. In most of the other modes it takes, anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds. In this mode it's almost instant, just 1, 2, it's back. So instead of saving your grenades for a special occasion like you would in most modes, in this mode you can give them away like Halloween candy. Just throw them at everyone and scream, take it and get off my porch. And speaking of screaming in this game, if you've ever made Shax scream, you know it's one of the greatest feelings that you'll ever get in Destiny. So our next tip is going to help you get that, and it's a simple one. Drop that super. So first things first, there is no wrong super for this mode. Doesn't matter how you play or what you want to do, it's gonna kick butt in this mode. You can run suppression with a Bubble Titan or a Night Stalker Hunter. You can chuck grenades everywhere as a Sun Singer or throw flaming hammers of death as a Sunbreaker. It doesn't matter what you do, it's going to destroy people in this mode. You can see in this clip, this is the Sun Singer Warlock ult, just turning everything around you into a flaming ball of horror. And I know some of you like to criticize it, saying, well, I only run Sun Singer when I have my self-res activated. Yeah, well guess what? Self-res is good, but it also has perks in this mode that will help your entire team get their super faster, so don't be a dick. You can consider that a little rusty side note. Don't be a dick. Anyways, I'm going to show some more clips, some of the different supers. I unfortunately didn't have a chance to get clips of all the different classes and supers, but it'll give you an idea of just how devastating they can be in this mode. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who makes a next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. But I wake
when I'm with you. When I go away, well I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home with you now.
So yeah, there you have it. Maybe devastating wasn't the right word, but every time you use your super, you're going to get some eliminations. So now let's move to Rusty tip number 4. Get that heavy. Now I know that heavy ammo might not seem like a big deal in this mode with how fast your grenades recharge, how often you're going to be running your super, but trust me, this is the mode to have fun with those heavy weapons. So break out that rocket launcher that you swore you were never going to use but just had to keep. Bust out the heavy machine gun, get your sword out, do whatever you need to do, and go have some fun. It's also worth noting that this is one of the only Crucible modes where if you kill a player that has heavy ammo, they drop the ammo and you can claim it. So just keep in mind that if people are paying attention to who has the heavy ammo, you are, in theory, making yourself a bigger target. And that tragic little clip right there is the perfect segue into our final Rusty tip for this mode, which is simply, don't get too salty. Remember guys, the name of the game is literally Mayhem, so expect to die a couple times, expect to get supered, expect to maybe even get solo supered. It's part of the game mode. Don't let the fact that there's a little bit more chaos in this mode make it so that you don't enjoy yourself, because honestly, if you can just let it happen and have fun while it's going on, this is probably going to be one of the best times you'll have in the Crucible. So take a deep breath and just have a good time. Well, there you have it. That's our Rusty tips for the Mayhem Crucible mode. I'm Green Knight. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to subscribe to our channel. You can also check us out on Facebook at Rusty Guardians and catch us on Twitch. We stream raids on the weekends, and every once in a while throughout the week we'll just hop on for fun. You can catch us streaming Prison of Elders, Crucible, some D1 and D2 strikes, and just whatever we're in the mood for. Thanks again, have a good day, and keep it rusty.
You and I in a little toy shop, buy a bag of balloons with the money we got.